Hello there, Internet. Mogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And it's funny, I know, that I say another, because it has been a while since I've uploaded a video, and I haven't streamed for over a week. So some of you may even think, how dare I say another, as I don't know, I've lost the right to say so or some weird shit. This is just stuff that I make up in my head. I'm pretty sure none of you are really thinking this, but I kind of like go with the flow with my intros, as you can tell. Yeah, it's been a while. Hope you guys are doing great. And today I felt like uploading a video, and I am going to be uploading a daily video from today onwards for another week. But then I will be having another break yet again. I know July has been inconsistent as all hell, but honestly, I need it. You know, I've been basically uploading and streaming non-stop ever since the game was released in February, and my mental health, as they say it, requires it. And I value happiness over anything else, even though YouTube is a grind, man. YouTube is quite the grind. I mean, Twitch as well, right? Just content creation in general, how they label it. But YouTube specifically is just kind of crazy, because you take a few days off and then all of a sudden you lose tremendous momentum. I mean, on Twitch even more so, actually. Like, I've lost like most of my subscribers at this point, I think, because I haven't been streaming in a while. But like I said, even if I sacrifice, or even if I just lose straight up momentum and you know, financial gains amongst other things, I am always going to prioritize my own well-being. July and summer is one of the few chances I have in actually seeing my family, as we're all kind of like really spread out. You know, my parents live in India, my brother lives in Germany, and my sister goes to college, and while she lives in Malaga, we don't see each other as often. And now, you know, not only them, but also my cousins. I have a lot of cousins. Maybe it's a Spanish thing, I don't know. But basically, I have a big family, and I don't get to see them too often, and summer is one of the few occasions for that to happen. So I am going to prioritize what I'm going to prioritize, and I'm going to sacrifice, like I said, momentum on my YouTube and on my Twitch. Things have been going great. I never take, you know, where I'm at for granted, ever. I know how volatile and unpredictable the journey on YouTube can be, and I am very well prepared for the ups and the downs equally. So the reason why I'm just going on this monologue here is just to let you guys know that sometimes I need breaks from social media as well. Like, sometimes I don't announce. I probably should announce, but I've been kind of like, I've been looking at my phone a lot lately, so I decided to also take a bit of a break from that. I know a lot of you guys understand what I'm talking about here. Like, sometimes social media can be a little bit addicting as well, so it's nice to like kind of like just separate yourself, distance yourself from that every now and then, and just kind of like breathe some air and just interact with people. And that's basically what I've been doing for these past few days, and that's basically the end of this little speech right here. Sorry for prolonging this. I've been talking about all this for like 3 minutes. So yeah, today we're gonna play some Nautilus Deep, because I wanted to play a deck that does pretty well against the metagame. I am quite restricted as a deck builder. In my opinion, this is the worst metagame that Legends of Runeterra has had, which also makes it, for me, again, my opinion, because I see the meta in a pretty poor state, it is the best occasion for me to take a bit of a break, right? I've stated this numerous times. Now, what do I think the metagame is bad right now? Because I believe Noxus aggro is incredibly oppressive, especially towards players like myself. And what I mean by players like myself is I don't spam the top tier meta decks all day like other players do, because I don't enjoy playing the game that way, and I don't think any less of people who do enjoy playing the game that way. Like, people like being competitive, people like focusing on the competitive aspects of card games, and that is completely fine, super respectable, and that is great, right? But that's just not me. I want to have fun with the game. I want to build all sorts of different decks. I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. That's just incredibly boring to me. So I am constantly trying to build new deck concepts and think outside the box and come at our opponents with unorthodox strategies, right? In this meta, unfortunately, because of the state of Noxus aggro, that deck just single-handedly oppresses many potential archetypes and strategies because of how quickly it ends games. And yeah, it's one of the most oppressive decks that we've had for like a long time. even though it is pretty similar to what early Rising Tides Noxus build over aggro was, right? It's kind of like the same problem, but in a different shape, or a very similar one, rather. So I'm very looking forward to the balance patch, because I have like very strong faith in the lead design team. I think they know very well what they're doing, and even though this last balance patch was to a certain degree a bit of a mistake, I didn't really see it coming. Nobody really saw like the Noxus changes being that impactful by any means. We all kind of like chuckled at them a little bit. Oh, look, Basilisk Rider may actually see some play now. How cute. How smart were we, right? So now I'm expecting big things from them. I'm a little bit anxious because hopefully they do change certain cards that I want them to change, but that's not up to me. And we will see how things pan out. But super excited for the patch, because I cannot wait for us to kind of like move on from this meta, and hopefully we can move onwards to something at least relatively similar to where we were at before the latest balance patch happened. I really loved that mid-range metagame. It was my personal favorite, and I would love to go back to something like that. So definitely looking forward to that, and obviously looking forward to August. Like we're very little away from the new expansion, including the new region coming out, and I don't know about you guys, but I can't fucking wait for that either. So important things are coming, and while this break is doing me some good, I am building up my passion for me to return, and it feels good in that sense, right? So basically, the reason why Nautilus Deep is really good in this meta is because it's a deck that actually can beat both Darius and Bron Anivia, which are by far the two most popular decks in the ladder right now. There are some mid-range decks, predominantly Ashe variants running around as well, and we don't match up bad against that either, as we have Maokai to allow us to defeat control-based builds. And that's what I really like about this deck. This deck has the healing potential to slow down and eventually take down Darius decks, but it also has Maokai as a way to shut down slower, greedier strategies as we mill them out of a deck and we leave them on the clock. So I really like Deep as a strategy right now, and I felt like playing it again. I haven't played Runeterra in a few days. I've been doing other things, and I may feel... you may see some rust from me today, and at least I'll be able to use that as an excuse if I play horribly. But I feel like playing some Deep, and hopefully you guys enjoy the games that I got for you, as we are going to record a live session. And that's all I gotta say of this whole day. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content, even though it hasn't been daily lately, but it'll get there again. And I just really appreciate the support and everything. I hope you guys are doing great as well. So if you have anything to say, let me know in the comment section down below. I do read every single one of my comments. And that's where I will shut up. Have a whole day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Nani? Okay. So we're definitely not starting off the video with a meta matchup. that's for sure. I guess why would you play this though if like standalone, for example, was nerfed? Like, okay, so we got a Fiora like Fizz sort of cheese strategy, in case you're wondering, and I'm a little bit confused as to like the timing for me to like run it into a deck like this. Definitely not what I was expecting. I'm gonna drop both of these because they're a little bit too expensive for a matchup that's gonna be more reliant on me drawing other things. Even though I can definitely use Grasp of the Undying onto Fiora, I have a feeling this deck is highly tuned to deal with removal like that. But Jaw Hunters, for example, that's a different story. Coral Creatures. Alright. I am officially confused. I'm gonna play, I'm gonna pass here. I was trying to bait like a Fiora there, but now that I see a second Coral Creature, I may as well drop the Dead Bloom Wanderer, as none of these can really trade into it efficiently. Okay, that's fine. That's a 2 for 1. It's not technically a 2 for 1 trade because he still keeps whatever, you know, whatever this little asshole generated, but I'm okay with it.
Precious worth at least twice as much.
I'm drawing all the sea monsters though. Interesting timing for that. I want to play Abyssal Eye here.
Stare at the abyss. It'll stare back.
I'm gonna attack. Better. I have a total of 8 cards in hand, so I don't have to worry about milling myself when I draw a card here. And when I mean by mill, is not actually mill, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna drop with you. We are at 26 with double Yetis in here. We're looking pretty good. We're gonna drop Dredgers.
Virtue guides me.
Stare at the abyss. It'll stare back.
I'm gonna drop another Abyssal Eye here. No need to go deep until, you know, the ultimate on my one motion Daru moment. I mean, I could just surround lethal here.
Stare at the abyss. It'll stare back.
Bang, bang, ba-ding. He's actually playing standalone. I'm sorry, bro. You know what I say to your degeneracy? Not today. Not today. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, wait, what? What could he? Oh, okay. Next level. Well done. All right. That's one way to end, or to start a video. I don't think we're quite ready to end it there. As we slowly climb out of the dumpster ranks. I've tanked my ranks so much with Teemo, man. Oh, it's so sad. I wanted to like have like my comeback feature a Teemo deck, and I just got wrecked so hard, man. I was like 2-7, and yeah, man, it was just like it's that same feeling that you get when you play the beginning of The Last of Us 2. It's rough. All right, round 2. All right, Shogo Pass. Look at that big number. It's over 9,000. We're gonna go ahead and this is actually a pretty scary matchup because the rally versions of Demacia is one of the few sort of like mid-range strategies that actually can really threaten us. Like rally effects are very, very powerful against this. So we're gonna have to mulligan away this, and Grasp is actually something that could be worth keeping, but because I'm gonna be playing Thorny Toad on curve, I'm actually gonna mulligan it away as well. I love seeing this little guy here. Alright. Trade? Trade? No? What a bad player. Garbage! You're garbage! My god. Hashtag stay horny. We're gonna drop Horny Toad. I don't play Jaw Hunters.
Fresh is worth at least twice as much.
These decks don't like main deck. Yeah.
Fell into him.
I kind of want to hold this back though. I'm not gonna attack. Attacking is foolish. I slow down his, like, I make him burn a lot of mana there.
No prey.
No pay. Alright. I could Riptide her. He's definitely gonna be able to get rid of my Jaw Hunters here if he attacks. Like if I Riptide the tracker, then I prevent him from attacking this turn. I threaten his misfortune. There's a good argument for that actually. I think like why not take that play? I'm gonna take that play.
Set sail. Love ya.
Love ya. If he has another misfortune in hand, though, that's gonna suck. Because that other misfortune will convert into a make it rain. If not, we get to eliminate her.
Demacian needs heroes.
There's Quinn. Double Yedicid means we are in deep range, which is really key actually.
Safeguard our citizens. Blood and guts, golden glory.
Just like hunting thresher geese.
We may be able to surprise them here. I use this as a bait. Yep, that's why I did that. That's why I dropped this, even though it seems like it doesn't make any sense because I'm playing into a Valor. I want to bait him. I wanted to jib-bait the shit out of him so he would tackle this and feel free to attack with Quinn there.
Show them our metal. No.
Relentless Pursuit really hurts this year though. This is the point of the game in which we are most vulnerable because our opponent can opt to go wide and overwhelm us before we get some actual... Before we get our momentum back. We do have Atrocity in our hand though, so if he doesn't block Nautilus for whatever reason, we can just threaten lethal. So this attack is gonna basically eat up one of his units here. He's gotta really think here. Like, if he doesn't block, he may be looking for a lethal, but if he doesn't block, an Atrocity could do it. Atrocity could very easily do it. If he does block, we will be seeing the Petty Officer hit down. We got a really solid 1-drop here. I mean, it's an alright one, but it's the one that, it's like one of the ones that represents the most damage, right? Even though Allegiance Saboteur would have been better, technically. Yeah, he has to block. Like, not blocking is just... It's a mistake. It's always a mistake. Hopefully it doesn't have a Relentless Pursuit now. See, this is the moment in which, you know, we could just go down to a Pursuit here. I have to really hope it doesn't have it. Because this Pursuit definitely hurts. Ah, Christ.
All to our standard.
Yeah, this is brutal. That's just absolutely brutal. That's the thing, though. At this point, we have, you know, the way to just completely edge out this game, but unfortunately, we died at the rally. Like, that's the problem with that matchup. Relentless Pursuit is very, very powerful against Deep, and it's hard to really do anything about it. Like, I could not really have played that game much differently. I think I played that really well for the most part, at least correctly. But it's just one of those things, man. Like, they have rally, and that's a weakness, right? Like, otherwise, if Nautilus wasn't weak to those strategies, the deck would be busted. So, tough matchup. We gotta live with it and move on. Purple chip blue. I have no idea what that means. Is that some like American poker reference, or am I just tripping at this point? I'm gonna drop these two. As we have a decent hand. So it seems like this could just be an ephemeral deck. Not really sure what I'm facing here. I do want to Vile Feast that. The Bark Beast before it becomes a problem.
Danger paid.
I'm gonna play Jaw Hunters. He could have his own Vile Feast, but I am gonna try to trade it into that.
We shall pierce their treasonous hearts.
Open attack with Callista is likely. Now I can't really afford. Can I afford to play Maokai? Yeah, I feel like I can.
I will tend this garden.
I'm gonna sacrifice my health a little bit here for developing Maokai. So that I can develop a Horny Toad first, so that my opponent may play something else, like maybe another Wraith Caller. Because I want to deal with Callista as well, but I don't want to be vulnerable to a Withering Whale. So I want to do this first and then drop the Jaw Hunters.
Precious worth twice as much.
This allows us to threaten you. Hopefully no Vile Feast here. Really need there to not be a Vile Feast here. Ooh, nice. Nice. Jaw Hunter's just putting in the work. MVP. Ah, shit. This obsession with revenge. I may go for the bees below here. Not today.
Not today.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Devourer of the Depths. Yeah, I thought so. Bam, 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 bam. Block you here. Block you here. Block you here. If I do this, I go too low, right? After this, I will be at what? At 24, 23, 20, like I'll...
I've learned patience.
might block like this. Preserving my Devour the Depths because the body will go a long way. I think Nautilus may be the play here. I just don't put. Well, I do put myself with that in salvage, so yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Vengeance from the seas and fury from the blighted lands.
I know I do enable, like... I do enable the Bark Beast, which is a 3/3, but at least the Bark Beast I can potentially block. What is this? Alright. This Riptide is a pretty neat top deck.
Another day in paradise.
Weedy boys! I think you should have gone for an open attack, 100%.
Everyone's a garden.
Ooh. Oof, the problem is he's one from leveling up.
Rises.
If I go for that and that, I basically like this thing just beats me down, man. So I have to do this. Alright, surviving this is gonna be tricky. No matter what we do here.
Down, down. Life eternal.
We want to level up Maokai.
I've learned patience. I cannot be broken.
Why doesn't it show? What random effects? What random effects? Alright, we're able to stay pretty healthy here. We have Withering Whale as well. Our opponent is running very low on gas too. Let's salvage real quick. There's our dear atrocity. All right. Down.
But they're saplings.
If he takes 7 damage from here, then atrocity becomes lethal. But obviously, we won't.
My saplings.
We won't resort to that because we don't want to be vulnerable. He has 2 cards left.
I'll take him dead or near enough.
I could like atrocity, but there's a lot of things that he could do to counter that. So for now, I'm just gonna play you. We're in a pretty chill position here. The lifesteal from the Wanderer is really key. We got double life gain here. We have like a way to kill our opponent, but as long as he has cards in hands and potential plays, we don't like. This is something that I you know, those who are more experienced. This. If I do this, he could have an atrocity. I need to play this smart. Do this. We're gonna grasp with the Undying, and now as we see his last play, then now we can finish him up with atrocity. Like as long as we see the last card, then we have the lethal here. But we hold on to it just to make sure. Like he would have been able to counter an atrocity with Glimpse Beyond with this on the board prior, and he had atrocity himself. Thank goodness we played around that. That's kind of wild. I'm like, is he even gonna be playing atrocity? Like, well, it's mono Shadow Isles, so I guess the possibility is always there, right? I came off really smart there, but honestly, I did not expect atrocity. Like, what's the point of atrocity in a mono Shadow Isles deck like that one? You're not even playing They Who Endure. Like, what is your biggest target? Maybe he's playing the Undying? I guess it would make sense then. But at least, you know, I'm happy I played around it, is all I can say. Oh. Ashe Bron. Interesting. I like to keep the Vile Feast in case this man has a Glory Seeker. Riptide is also potentially neat, but I am going to mulligan it away, as I do want other sources of early game toss. I mean, double Jettison is really neat, because that basically, that speeds up the process a lot. But I would like to draw into my Dredgers, my, ooh, God, I'm good. I'm too good. I am too good. Better.
Took the bait. Danger paid.
I'm gonna play the Jaw Hunters, but I'm not really gonna be looking to
Faster than my arrow? I think not. Swiftly now.
Rescue Wiggle!
The rot must be cut away.
I'm a bit concerned about a Culling Strike onto Maokai, but I think that was a worthy risk. Or a risk worth taking, rather. Let's play Abyssal Eye.
Stare at the abyss. It'll stare back.
As I just realized that I played into a Reckoning.
What did you catch?
Good job, Miguel. Well done.
Set the hooks!
I do enable his Harsh Winds here.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
Bam, bam, ba-da-dum. All right, now we are extremely close.
Protect our grove.
Avarosans, stand together.
He is attacking, which is certainly fascinating. You can have another Brittle Steel. Nice. Surprised he resorted to the attack there. I may bait out a better. Maokai is almost there too. Like, we're gonna be able to level up Maokai. Shut down, baby. Like, with the Yedison there, we have the Maokai level up enabled, and we just basically shut him down there. Yeah, the deep is just still, you know, some minor bad matchups here and there, but it's still just a solid deck, man. I think it's tier 1, dude. Like, I think if you take Ionia out of the equation, I mean, that's a bigger. That's kind of, just take Ionia out of the equation. That's nothing. But lately, I barely run into it. Honestly, like I'm running into. Well, it's not like I played that much, right? Like I played today, but today I just kept running into, you know, Darius and Brahmanivia and Darius and Brahmanivia and Darius and actually after that, believe it or not, Brahmanivia. So Ionia hasn't really been too prevalent for me, which means this deck is even better right now. But obviously that can change, because I can say this in the video and then everybody starts playing Ionia, and you know, I come off like a buffoon. So yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Let's go into another game. All right, some easy peasy, but with Draven and Noxus instead. I don't want the Jaw Hunters in this matchup. I do want, I don't even want the Nautilus. I want to mulligan everything. I want to focus on tossing. I want to, yeah, exactly. I want Maokai. This hand is fantastic. This hand is like a billion times better. This hand is actually like so much better than the other one for this matchup. It is insane. This is a more passive hand, which is ideal for this, as my opponent, his deck is comprised of multiple cards that allow him to basically allow him to, like reactive cards, right? That he can use to work for the Ezreal level up. If we don't play too many cards, then he's gonna have to do something to force us to play into the board. Bit greedy, because I do leave myself a little bit wide open, but I mean, it's not like, yeah, this is amazing. Never mind. Best play ever. Never doubted. We don't want to play Maokai from our hand initially. Like, we want to find another Maokai so we can, you know, we have to be smart about him. Alright, so we can definitely expect a... We're going to play Horny Toad to protect us. Alright, that Clean Strike could have been designated towards that, so we are happy about it. We're going for a Vile Feast. And basically deny his attack unless he has a thermogenic beam that he wants to use on that. Static Shock. Corruption everywhere. Now I'm gonna play Maokai. Just because it's very unlikely that he'll be able to kill him in one hit. Ooh, okay. Now, dare I say it is impossible.
Fresh is worth at least twice as much.
And we want to use Maokai as an engine here because we are working for his level up. I repeat, we are working for the level up. All right. Ezreal is at 4. That's actually threatening. Let's draw as well. Deep. Wow, we're deep already. Okay, that's good. Well, that's a problem for him. That is actually a relatively big problem for him.
The water rises.
He can't, like, the beautiful thing is he cannot deal with Nautilus immediately.
I have the best job.
Which means we're gonna be able to play the beast below. And we're gonna get to business here. We have to worry about Nox and Guillotine now. Okay. Forward. Nox and Guillotine could be a thing here.
Draven out.
But we have to attack anyways. Because at this point, we've tossed so much that we don't really have to worry about that. Okay, there's... What if I do this? How many cards do I have left? Oh my god! Oh my god! Sap magic! Sap magic OP, boys!
Dive deeper. Give them life eternal.
We got the Maokai level up, which is all that we need in the control matchup like this. I've been saying it for a long time, man. Maokai's the tits in this meta. In a way, for all the wrong reasons, but he's great. Why not? I want to get my treasures in there.
Check me out. Don't blink or you'll miss me.
So he needs to find a source of 3 damage to deal to this, otherwise Ezreal's gone. So it does have it. Discard Ravenous Flock, alright.
Watch and learn.
Oh, you gonna teach me? You gonna teach me, easy boy. I would have Spinning Axe here, yeah. Vile Feast plus Gradually Undying allows us to react to Ezreal if he somehow has some crazy lethal. Like right now, if he had like triple Mystic Shot and this, that would be enough, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would actually be exact lethal. Triple Mystic Shot would be exact lethal. Because it would be a total of 12 damage plus 2 from this. So triple Mystic Shot would... It's plausible because he could have copies of Ezreal in his hand, right? But even if he does have that sort of crazy hand, we have the answer for it. And that's reassuring. Oh, no, 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 no. What are you doing? Be careful. Would that be lethal? Bam, 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 bam. No, 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 no. I was gonna say broken, but that doesn't really make any sense. Water doesn't break. Bruce Lee said so. Alright. Not bad. We are at 43 minutes. I think that will do. Yeah. I don't want to make this video too long. We had some good games. Some varied matchups. Like we did we end up facing aggro today? I don't think we did actually, right? We did face the rally deck, which is the one that we went down to, but I don't know, man. Deep just feels as solid as it's always been. You know, for reasons that I stated in the video that I made when I used this deck to reach Masters. Basically, even back then, I was aware of like Darius and Bron, and how I wasn't sure if those were like the top tier decks by any means, but they were the most popular. So with how the metagame has shaped out and how those decks are at the top, definitely it makes this deck a really, really solid choice if you want to be a little bit more hipster, edgy about it. Maokai is in a great position in this meta because he's a way for this sort of like more beefy deck to be able to take on control really effectively. Like Maokai gives you the upper hand against Ionia based decks as well, like Karma, Ezreal, unless they have double Karma in their hand and then they can just Inside of Ages infinitely. You know, besides that, Maokai is pretty much an auto win against a lot of these control decks if you set him up properly, but you also have to keep him, you have to preserve him, and you have to find the right time to play him, because you know, having him being removed instantly, like a thermogenic beam, for example, can be great game losing actually. So you gotta be wary of that when you play him. But he's still good enough in the aggro matchups as well, giving you challengers to take down their weaker units. And he really is, like more so than Nautilus. Really, he really is a star of this deck, I think. With the way, considering what people are playing right now, basically. But yeah, you know, the break did me some good. But it's to be expected that things haven't changed too much. But the balance patch will be happening very soon, and I'm really excited for that, man. I don't think I've been as excited for a balance patch as I am now for this one, because this is arguably one of the worst metas, in my opinion, of course. And I am really, really, really looking forward to for us to move on. I want us to get back to where we were before the last balance patch happened. That we shall not name. And I'm really excited, man, because you know, once if they do it right, I'm a little bit nervous because hopefully they execute it right, but if they execute it right, we could be back at a very good metagame, and I'm really looking forward to that. So that's all I gotta say. Have a solid day. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Love ya. And I was gonna say, you know, I upload a video every day, but I don't really think I've earned the right to say that in my outros anymore for a while, since July has been a bit of a weak month for us, but it's done wonders for me mentally, so at least there's that. So I'm just gonna say, love you. Thank you guys for watching my videos and for the support, regardless of consistency issues lately. And yeah, I really appreciate it. So have a soul day. Hope you enjoyed the games, and I'll see you around.